This is my Mitsubishi Triton L200 ML 2006 year model truck, and this is the original right hand side mirror that came supplied with the truck. I recently began towing a caravan travel trailer, and so I needed towing side mirrors that extended outwards, and for that reason I bought this MILENCO Grand Aero Platinum clamp on towing side mirror. It clamps onto the OEM side mirror and worked well. It is light and it is reasonably cheap, but I had some problems with it, and hence finally I bought and installed this A-Premium electric telescopic towing side mirror. Join me in this video as I explain why I changed from this mirror to using this mirror and show you how I install this to the truck. This is the electric extendable side mirror I bought from my Mitsubishi L200 Triton ML 3.2 diesel 2006 year model. I bought this from eBay. I think the brand is A-Premium. Let's unbox this. I have previously opened this and I find that the polystyrene packaging is not very robust. There's a piece broken here. R is for the right hand side mirror. There's a packet of 3 flange nuts. This is what it looks like. It is heavy and later I will weigh it. And here is the 3-core power cable. Obviously that's the generic connector, and they've added an adapter cable to suit my car. And these are the 3 studs that need to mount onto the vehicle. That's the extension capability. This top mirror is the standard magnification mirror, and the smaller bottom mirror is a wider angle magnification mirror. At the end of this video, I include high resolution photographs of this product. This is the left hand side mirror. Again, the 3-core power cable, the extension. Before I bought that A-Premium electric extendable side mirror, I was using this MILENCO Grand Aero Platinum mirror. It's very light and has served its purpose. Let me show you what it looks like. It came in a box, but they provided a carry bag as well, which is nice. There is a simple installation instruction sheet. This is the right hand side mirror. As you can see, it's very simple and it is very light. And these are the 2 clamps that clamp under the edges of the existing original Mitsubishi side mirror. At the end of the video, I have high resolution photos of this side mirror. To avoid me wasting time trying to figure out which is the right and left hand side, I've just put a white electrical tape and written right and left on the respective mirrors. This model, the Grand Aero Platinum, is the more expensive premium range. It has these curved rubber clamps, and this minimizes damage to the plastic on the existing mirrors. Let me show how I install this to the car. Let me install this MILENCO side mirror to the car. The clamp on this MILENCO side mirrors can be adjusted in position on the rod as well as in angle of rotation on the rod. So if I loosen the knot on this clamp, that allows me to rotate as well as slide to a position on the bar that I want. And once I'm in a position I want, I lock the clamp. Next, this clamp bites in the top edge of the side mirror, so loosen it. Position the clamps so that it fits between the gap in the mirror and the top edge. And I want to spread these two clamps as far out as possible. So about there. And by the way, the knobs are numbered. These are number 2 knobs and these are number 1 knobs. So tighten knob number 2, then tighten knob number 1, and then adjust the angle of the mirror. I'm just going to tilt the mirror so that it's down facing and not reflect light from my studio lights. That is how easy and quick it is to install this Milenco extension side mirrors. I have used this extension side mirror on several trips now, towing my caravan travel trailer. It is reasonably priced, but there are 3 reasons why I've decided to upgrade to the fixed electric extendable side mirrors. The first reason is that I do not like the design how this clamps against the plastic top lip, and when the car is traveling, bumpy roads, strong winds, it would be exerting stress on the plastic top lip, and perhaps one day it may damage it. The second reason is, let's say I'm towing a caravan travel trailer and I want to stop for lunch. So I park my vehicle, but I do not want to leave this extension mirror on the vehicle because it is so easy for a vandal or a thief to remove this side mirror or damage it. Because if it stands out, it attracts more attention, and then you've got people with itchy fingers that will either vandalize it or steal it. The third and last reason is that when you're towing, and depending on the wind and the vibration, the image in the mirror can vibrate owing to the long extension arm. So for these 3 reasons, I'm upgrading to the electric extendable side mirrors. This is the right hand side electric extendable mirror. Before I install it to the car, I will wrap these exposed cables to protect them using electrical tape. Here we are, all wrapped. Time to remove the existing right hand side mirror. I have here a Toledo plastic trim remover. This trim here is fixed to the door in 3 positions. There are 2 plastic tabs at the base here that fit into 2 holes, and in about this position there is a plastic pin that fits into a hole in the door. When removing plastic trims, never use force. It either comes out easy or I'm doing something wrong. Insert the tool between the plastic and the rubber around here and pry it outwards. There we are. Remove. So that's the 2 holes at the bottom and the pinhole in the door, and the 2 L plastic tabs and the plastic pin. Pull this power supply cable up carefully, not to break it. There's a connector here. Get the connector out. On the connector there's a push tab. Push that tab down and separate the 2 connectors, and it will reveal a 3-core cable. Next step, to remove the 3 nuts that hold the side mirror to the door. I have a 10mm socket. The Mitsubishi workshop manual instructions are that for installation, the sequence of nuts to install is 1, 2, and 3. So to remove it, I will do the reverse. 3, 2, 1. Just be careful not to drop the nut into the door, then there will be another problem to solve. Last nut. This time I will support the mirror whilst removing. Oh, that was not good. Nearly dropped the nut in the door. What I said not to do. And this connector should squeeze through that hole. And here we are. The existing side mirror. I will now weigh all three side mirrors to see how heavy they are. So first is the Mitsubishi OEM side mirror. It says 1.7 kilograms. This is the MILENCO Grand Aero Platinum side mirror. It says 0.7 kilograms. Very light. Now to weigh the A Premium side mirror. It says 3.4 kilograms. So this A Premium side mirror weighs twice the weight of the OEM Mitsubishi side mirror. Now to install the new side mirror. I'm going to use my right hand to grab the side mirror against the door so it doesn't fall out. The first nut to tighten is 1. Second nut to tighten is 2. Last nut to tighten is 3. That was easy. Now to tighten them with the socket. Always tighten them equally. Never over tighten. I think that's good. Test it. It's not shaking. That's good. Before I insert this cable in the hole and close up the trim, I will join the connectors so that I can test the power connections are working to control the mirror. So this big top mirror is moving right, left, top, up, down. Excellent, it's working properly. That's good. I can close this trim up now. That's good enough. Now to restore the trim, I have to feed the 2 plastic L-tabs into the base first. And then push it in. That's it. Job done. Now to see how much movement, left, right, up and down, the mirror provides. This is the extreme right position. This is the extreme left position. This is the extreme tilt up position. This is the extreme tilt down position. I think the tilts and pans are pretty reasonable. This is the mirror with 0 extension. Pull out and I can extend it as much as I want. And it's reasonably stiff in each position to hold the position. The maximum extension is 105 millimeters out. That's what it looks like fully extended. The tow mirror extends quite far out, even in retracted position. So after I park the car in the parking lot, I would like to fold the mirrors in. To do that, with the mirrors retracted inwards, I can simply push and it's in, or pull out and it's out. However, I can make it easier if I first extend the mirrors, because that gives me greater rotational torque. And now if I fold it in, it is easier. And then push it in, and to fold it back out, extend out, rotate out, push it back in. That's it. Simple. I'm glad I upgraded to this electric extendable mirror. I think I'll be very happy using it. It'll be so much easier to use. I do not expect vibrations in the image. It's more robust, and if I do rest stops for coffee lunch breaks, I do not have to worry about an attachment side mirror like the MILENCO getting vandalized or stolen. I hope you found this video useful and interesting. Do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more and help the channel grow. Thank you so much.